wanted to express the thanks that I get. We have local Amish that sell vegetables, and they have fruit stands, and we go to them because, to be honest, it's safer. They don't spray their things. There's no chemicals and stuff like that you have to worry about. So what I thought I'd do is I'd make you a homemade Amish stew, and it's with using some of the ingredients that they have. Now what I'm doing right now is I'm taking green beans and I'm snipping them, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them. I have a pan that looks like this. I'm going to cut it and I'm going to stick it in there, and we're going to cook it with beef broth, which I have several containers of beef broth. Obviously it didn't come from the Amish, but it's going to be stuff that I can use to mix it. Now usually I would mix this with tomatoes or tomato juice, but the problem I have is my one daughter cannot have acidic stuff. So I have to be real careful what I have put in here, because it bothers with her stomach and she has to take nausea medicine. So what we do is we basically try to accommodate for her. Like for spaghetti, we would make linguine, and we put like hamburger. Now we're going to put hamburger in here. We're going to put little meatballs into this stew. So then we're going to let it cook for quite a while. So we're not going to eat for a while. But what we're going to do is I'm going to cut each of the vegetables little, so that it'll cook up pretty good. And I told my son when he went out to shop at the Amish is to pick things that were like in bags, small bags. And believe it or not, they had a variety of things today. Can you tell us a little bit of some of the things that were found out at our Amish?
Well, we got homemade carrots, beans, peas, potatoes, onions, and I think that's about it.
What else do they sell out there, though?
They sell mixtures of peaches. They have homemade stuff.
They make their own jams and jellies, and then sometimes they'll make craft stuff that the little girls put together, and they try to sell those. They've been selling corn. We've been having a couple, like a dozen of corn for 4 of us, and I cut it off the cob after it's done. What we do with corn, we take and we clean it real good. Make sure you get all the hair out, because obviously you have the silk from the corn. And then what we do is we take garlic and some herbs, and we place it all over, and butter, and all over the corn ears. And then we take aluminum foil and we wrap it with aluminum foil. Excuse me for 1 second. Have to drink, because if I don't, my throat gets sore. But the corn's wrapped in aluminum foil, put on a 350 degree oven for about 20 minutes. You check it, 20-25. You get it out, you check to see if the corn's cooked, and normally it's pretty cooked. And then what I do is I kind of like to cool mine off a little bit, and then I take a knife and I cut it. My kids like it cut. I've spoiled them. They like it cut so that they can have it. Usually my mom would make it for me, and then she'd cut wedges of tomatoes and set it on the side, and I'd eat my tomatoes because I love tomatoes. And they sell #1 tomatoes out at the Amish. They're selling for how much, Cammie? $10 to $12 for a basket. And these baskets are #1s, and what the #1s are really the best of the tomatoes. Now they do sell Italian Romano tomatoes, and I believe they sell cherry tomatoes and probably some other tomatoes too, but the #1s I like to go to because those are the ones less likely to have anything wrong with them. Now what I like to do, my mom taught me, is to wedge the tomatoes, then take a pan And then what you need to do is squeeze the tomatoes. Then take a cup of sugar, a stick of butter, and you put it in, you mix it up, and you cook it, and you create what's called stewed tomatoes. Now, the stewed tomatoes are really, really good. And to be honest, very nutritious, not very many calories. So you could eat a lot of those and not really have a problem. You just have to be careful because it is acidic, and it could make your tongue kind of sore. So you have to be real careful that it's not gonna bother your stomach, because sometimes things like that does, especially when you're not used to eating it. They do sell zucchini. I didn't see a zucchini. I didn't get a zucchini.
You did get a zucchini.
I don't see it one.
It's out in the kitchen. Right
Okay,
now.
I have a zucchini I'm going to cut in here, which is a little different than what I would normally on the Amish stew, but I love the zucchini. And you can make zucchini in different ways. We usually like Parmesan on it and put it in the oven. And then what you do is you stick it on for 350. 350 is the moderate temperature. And then what you do is you let it bake. And then it'll cook. And then once it's done cooking, then what you do is then you can serve it. And it's really good. I usually pan my cookie tray, so it doesn't burn, because I don't like burnt veggies. I like them so that you get the full taste. If they burn, I think the nutrition's out of it. I don't think it's something that gets destroyed and you don't get a chance to really get the full flavor or taste to it. People can make their Amish stew any way they want. I usually try to stay as consistent to what they're making or what they're growing, and a lot of times they grow quite a bit. Our Amish that we go to is right across from a racetrack that people bring their race cars in, and those people on the weekends would come over to the racetrack and they buy some of their goods to eat at their campsite, and they really like it. So the Amish are making out pretty well over there. So it's nice that they have it there. It's convenient, not too far from my house. The people are real nice. Alexa, stop. I have Alexa. I have to be careful. She likes to talk quite a bit. But they come over, and some of them actually they literally take some of their vegetables back to their home, and it's right after they're done racing. So they actually really enjoy doing that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little break right now, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to start snapping these.
You might want to say hello. There's a bunch of people saying hi.
Hi, how are ya? From Share the Hope. We're all kind of just hanging around here. Now you got to check. I don't like impurities, things that are bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for any holes in my green beans. I won't cook something that I won't eat. It's got to be something that we all eat. And you know, if you like veggies, this is the best way to get your veggies down. And like I said, my son actually took a trip out to my cousin's own a meat packing company, and they pack all kinds of meat. They actually even kill deer meat. Deer meat can be brought in. They don't kill. They process deer meat for other people. So they're there when it's season. So, and they have all kinds of stuff. They have eggs that they had. They have their own free range hens and chickens. So they lay eggs, and then they have all kinds of meats. They have sandwiches or sandwich meats like salami and bologna that is brought into the company. They don't make their own. They make their own hot dogs. They make their own bologna, but they have their own from another place that they bring in too, and they are busy. My son, can you tell them how busy they were today?
Well, they had about 8 people that was at the Amish, and then at our meat packing company there was at least, I'm going to say, 14, 15 people there.
So they had a busy weekend. And like I said, the more they get, the more people. And it's a noted packing company, so a lot of people come there to pick up
So
stuff.
what are you making, Mom?
I'm making what you call Amish stew, and it's from all the vegetables that you picked up this morning. These are some of the things that we're putting in, and they're very healthy. This will last quite a while. I mean, we could eat it today, and then we're going to try to process some because my daughter, who works away from home, she thought about maybe taking some for lunches. And we're going to get like a thing that she can actually, I bought her a cup that was microwavable, and we thought she could actually take some of them and place it in the microwave and heat it up, and that will be her lunch. You want something simple. I mean, after working a 8-hour day, you know, you don't want to go out and have to cook a whole bunch of stuff. So what I try to do is I try to provide something that everyone likes and they can eat it quickly.
Just make sure you guys share the live, invite more people to join in, and we're just showing you a little homemade Amish stew.
Yeah, and oh, I forgot to mention too, our Amish also has red onions. Hi, how are ya? I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I am. I'm glad you're seeing what we're making. We like to make things for you so you can see what all we like to eat. Not that you like it. It doesn't have that, but like I said, we're trying to eat healthier, and this stuff I think is healthy. Like I said, some people may not like it as well, but it's a good way to get your vegetables in, and you got to have vegetables with your diet. So that's what we're doing right now. We're trying to get as much as we have. I wanted to tell you, my Amish also has several different kinds of onions. They sell red onions, and they sell these huge sweet onions. These are sweet onions, and you can store these all winter long. As long as it's in a cool place, it will last all winter. And you can actually, they hang their onions like this, and it creates so that it doesn't get mildewed. So they hold their onions for quite some time.
Green screen, just subscribe, Mom.
Huh?
Green screen, just subscribe.
Oh, thank you for subscribing. We're glad you're part of us now. Like I said, if you like to make foods, I'm always, like my daughter, my oldest daughter, she collects cookbooks. And she thinks we should start to pick one idea from the cookbooks. I've been going online and seeing YouTube. When I put my YouTube content in, I've been looking for, they make platter meals where they literally put it in a cake pan, and they create an entire meal in that cake pan. And it could be from Mexican dish to homemade Swedish meatballs, which my oldest daughter made. It could be anything. And they even created desserts. They took and made a peach cobbler, which would be very good. By the way, I do want to mention my Amish does put a lot of things away. They're always looking for cans, and they'll put a sign up saying, if you have any cans, please keep them. They like to keep their baskets. So when I get a basket of tomatoes, I always save my baskets because I want to give it back to them so they can use it. It gets expensive when you start to think about the number of baskets you have to buy.
Say hi to Green Screen, Mom.
Hi, Green Screen. How are ya? I hope you love this stuff. Yeah, and thank you for subscribing. It's really important that you're a part of us. And if you enjoy what I do, I appreciate you coming in. You know, like I said, Green Screen, people like you make my YouTube successful. So that's really, really, really important. Like I said, if you have any comments down below, don't forget, I'm open to any comments. If you have any suggestions on what to do, I'm open. I have one YouTube thing I want to do. It's freeze-dried foods, and I want to try it. But the only thing I've been hesitant is because I'm on a not a salt-free diet, but I can't have a lot of salt, so I have to be careful with what I have. And if you look at all the freeze-dried foods, they're high in salt. So when I make it, I'm going to have to make probably one or two we taste it and go from there. We like to do what's called taste tests. Now, my son's into the hot stuff. He likes the jalapenos and you know, the habaneros and stuff like that. I'm a little hesitant because I don't like real hot, because if it gets real hot,
So what are you making, Mama?
it's called homemade Amish stew. And like
Is this for dinner tonight?
this is dinner tonight and probably tomorrow. I mean, it's gonna serve this whole thing will probably serve a good 6 to 8 people if I wanted to serve it, but I only have 4 that I have to worry about. And like I said, the one of my kids don't like to eat a lot of vegetables, but the other 2, they're okay. They're my older kids and they like to eat them and they like to try stuff that's new. You know, a little bit of trying is always helpful. And like I said, I like these Amish that we do deal with because I can't walk very well because of my neuropathy. So I'm on a walker, and the little kids, they start they're little Amish kids. Oh my gosh, they're so small. They start them very early, and they'll come over and open my door, and they literally will put the vegetables right into the car. And then they do their math, which is kind of like a learning lesson. So that's kind of neat. And like I said, some of my like is because they talk Pennsylvania Dutch. They got a German accent to them, and you can't make out what they're saying. So you don't know what they're covering.
A comment was made, look, we can make a deal. I wash dishes if I can eat your dinner.
Hey, you want to wash my dishes? I'm game for washing dishes. I do have a dishwasher, so I'm game. You can help me do this. And like I said, if you help, I would say, I would help your mom or whoever cooks in your house. Volunteer.
She said bet.
Huh?
She said bet.
Oh, vet. Well,
say hi to Emily, Mom.
Hi, Emily. How are you? I'm glad you turned in to watch my channel. I enjoy having a lot of people here. I know this is going to be a long one, and I do apologize, but there's a lot of things that has to connect to this.
No, it's not cooked yet.
No, it will be cooked for a while.
She said, what about you, Mama? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Like I said, I take one day at a time. I bless the Lord that you know, He's keeping me strong. He's making me fight. I'm a fighter. I've had 2 bouts of cancer. And like I said, I've had pneumonia, influenza A, and I'm not giving up. I mean, and that's why, you know, people will say, oh, you know, I don't pray every day. Well, guess what? The Lord's on your side. He keeps you going. And like I said, we believe in Him and we keep going.
Green screen asks, what's your son's name? And to believe in yourself.
Okay, my son has a nickname. His name is Tank. We call him Tank because he played football for how many years?
Almost 10 years.
Almost 10 years, and he was always the lineman, and he was always the right side, and we'd always call him Tank. Oh, here comes Tank. Tank's coming through, you know, and people, he got the name and throughout the county, and everyone knew when you talked about him, that's what they talked about. Oh, so how's Tank? Well, Tank's doing just fine. You know, after college, he went into wrestling. He wrestled for how many years did you wrestle, hon?
12, 14.
14 years. So he wrestled quite a bit. And like I said, he kept busy. You know. Like I said, I can't see real well. If I'm missing some of your questions or answers, my kids are trying to fill me in. So just bear with me a little bit. Boy, the pan is getting full. Woo! I can almost smell it. Woohoo! I can't wait to taste it. And like I said, you can have more than one bowl of this. This isn't going to be something that's going to be too overwhelming. You know, like I love you too. And don't forget that. I believe in you guys. I believe. Life makes us believe in people. And thank you for coming in and getting on my and putting your subscription on my thing. My goal, what's my goal, Frank?
What? What is your goal, Mom?
What?
Esther says hi.
Hi. How,
Esther.
Esther? You say hi. Hey, green screen. I still see you. My goal is I want to break 6,000, and I've been working on it. Let's see. This is our second year. We got our oldest daughter. She's doing it. So if you get a chance, Cammy, can you tell them yours?
Well, they can't probably hear me. Share the hope underscore photos.
Share the hope underscore photos. She actually loves doing photos, and we're going on an adventure this week that I've never been on one, but I'm going on an open safari. And it's down by Cumberland. It's called the Wilds. And they have all kinds of animals that roam. And I am taking a bus tour through some of the animals. They just had a rhinoceros just born there. And I can't wait to see the rhinoceros. Now, of course, there'll be giraffes and stuff like that, but they don't have a lot. They're going to have a few. So I wanted to have the kids experience. I always like when they experience fun things like that, because it's something that they're going to go, oh, my mom took me on that a long time ago. Well, yeah, I have. I've taken my kids to potato chip factories just so they can see how a potato chip is made.
Green screen says he likes your vids.
Oh, I appreciate that, green screen.
Somebody said I like lions too.
Oh, I like lions, but I'm afraid of lions. I'm a big chicken when it comes to that. I did lift a white boa one time, an albino, and it didn't bite me or squeeze me, but it is scary when you pick those things up.
You fed a giraffe before.
Yeah, my daughter's fed a giraffe.
You did too.
Yeah, I did, but I don't like their black tongues. You know, keep your tongue in, but the giraffe never does. And I usually try to buy we feed them, what are they, Cammy? Leaves? Leaves and grains, and they'll eat those out of your hands. You know, they'll tell you how you can hold them or where you can touch them because they don't want you.
What animal do you like, Mom?
My favorite animal, what would be my favorite animal? Well, I like turtles. I like Speedy the turtles because my husband's name was Speedy. And it reminds me of my husband, and he's not with me anymore, but I'm sure he's watching me make my homemade Amish stew, which he loved to eat. And I tried to get him to eat quite a bit because this was very, very healthy for him. You know, and like I said, you gotta like and subscribe. If you can see, it's filling up. It's slowly filling up. I have a few more. Should I wait on these for a little bit? Probably. Now the next thing I got is red potatoes. What I'm going to do is I like to cut these red potatoes small.
Someone says sorry for your loss.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. He died in 2021. He had a lot of, what would you say?
A lot of things stacked against him.
A lot of things stacked against him, but he told us when he was going in for the ventilator for COVID that he was going to fight this until he won. And unfortunately, he didn't win, but he gave it all he got. He's a true warrior in my eyes. You know, but, you know, like I said, there's other people that's probably experienced something like that too. Now, you'll see this. If you take a glance, these are the potatoes, and I'm going to put those in.
Green screen says he's back.
Okay. Glad you're back, green screen. Hey, and I will say...
And he asked, what's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal, I guess it'd be a sloth. Something slow. You know, move slow. Hey, one thing I do want to stress when you're cooking, and I don't know if you ever noticed, we all cut with cutting boards, but I found out a long time ago, I'm finding out by watching YouTube and some of this stuff, some of these cutting boards that we use, I hope this one's a safe one, but some of them aren't healthy. And they're things that could make you sick. So they recommend a titanium cutting board that you can just wash off and you can here's another red potato, and it can cause you not to be sick because they claim the food sticks in the grains, and you got to be careful. Also, the way you cut stuff, you got to cut your stuff a certain way so that it doesn't, you know, cut you and cause an injury. So I try to cut different ways for them. Can you tell a little bit more? The Amish culture. First time I had a friend of mine come from Chicago, I laughed so hard. The story I have to tell, it really hit me funny because I took her for a ride, and in the middle of our roads was these big piles of brown stuff. And
Green Screen's asking for a shout out, Mom.
hi, Green Screen, how are ya? It's me. Yeah, how you doing? I hope you're good. You enjoying this homemade potatoes, vegetable soup? So yeah, but I took her for a ride, and as she was riding, she goes, "Could you just tell me what is in the middle of your roads? I noticed it's there." Well, you gotta remember, Chicago's a city, and I never thought city people would know what those things were. We called them road apples. If you don't know what a road apple is, you're not from the country. Road apples are actually waste from your animals, your horses. And Amish have a tendency to drive their buggies, and the horses have to have places to go. So they basically go on the roads. So that's why basically you have to be careful, because if you touch them, they will break and they will get dirty and they smell, and it's similar to what farmers used to. And if you don't have farmers that live around you, well,
Someone asked what's your favorite color.
my favorite color is purple. I love pink, but I love purple more, only because I don't know why. I love purple because I think it just reminds me of happiness. I don't know. I enjoy purple. Well, what's your favorite color? Do you have a specific color you like? What's my favorite number? My favorite number is 7. I have, like I said, I have a few kids. I have 3. Love my kids dearly. They all try to take care of me, I keep telling them I'm getting bigger, and I want to take care of myself. I want to be independent. But when you've been sick, and I was in the hospital, how many times, Frank?
Like 7 times.
7 times in the hospital. You get kind of tired of that, 7 times in the hospital. But like I said, I was in there and they took good care of me, but it's just, there were some things I wouldn't want to repeat because it was scary. A lot more than I realized. I told you this was going to take a little while by the time we get all these chopped up, because each one of them, we want to make sure that they can be put in a pan to be able to be cooked. Oh yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm doing great. I love doing these YouTubes. They keep me busy. And I'll be honest, even through all the sadness, people tell me, oh, you'll get over the grieving of your husband. That's not true. They're lying to you. Grieving always is there. It's how you handle it and how you manage it. So by me doing YouTube and talking to you guys, you make my day. You cause me to want to go on. So I thank you guys for being such good listeners and helping me out. Like I said, we're almost down to the carrots. Now we got Amish carrots. We're going to have to cut those up because I'm sure we can't eat the carrots by themselves. Then we'll have onions. I'll put 1 onion in. It is sweet, which I'm kind of glad. I wanted the sweet ones. My third child's coming home from work. Yeah. she finished a day of work and she's coming home probably tired, I would think. You know, so.
You tell them about the show you've been watching.
Which one?
Netflix.
Oh, I've been watching Netflix. They got that Wednesday out. Season 2. I've watched 1, 2, and 3. And that is funny. The guy that, is it Tim Burton? Tim Burton put a lot of money into that. That is something. And usually you got to have something that grabs your attention. That definitely grabs my attention. And it keeps me going because I love that Tim Burton. You know. Hey, there's my third child. Can you say hi to the crowd?
Hi.
Yep, she's coming home from work, aren't you?
Yep.
Are you tired?
Fun.
Yeah, she's fine. She's a trooper. Yep, she's a trooper. It's probably pretty hot out, I bet.
95.
It's 95. Woohoo! Talk about hot heat wave.
That's Fahrenheit.
That's Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's true. It's not Celsius or anything like that. Hi. How you doing? Glad you're into my content, my live. Yeah. I wish I could talk to each one of you and get to learn more about you guys, because I'm going to tell you something. There's things telling stories and learning about people really makes the world go around. You know, and there's times that people just need to talk. And like I said, I love to talk. I guess I can't shut up sometimes. That's the problem I have. You know, being a former teacher, retired teacher, I used to love to talk, tell stories. And some of my stories, kids would just go, "Can you tell another one? Can you tell another one?" Well, yeah, you can, but after a while, you kind of wonder if they really wanted to hear it or if they wanted to get out of not working. You know what I mean? You never know. I miss my kids. I miss my students. But it's nice walking down the street and all of a sudden someone appears on the street and they say, "Hi, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I had you when I was in," and they have children. I've got children that have children that's walking with them. That's what's really, really funny. So it's nice to see people like that. You guys have anything to share, Cam? My oldest daughter?
Going on that vacation.
Yeah, we're getting excited about our vacation. We're not going away, too far, but it's going to be far enough for us, and it's going to give us some opportunities to do things that we don't normally do.
Someone says, "How are you?"
I'm doing fine. I'm doing very good. Thank you for asking. How's your family? Everything going good for your family? Okay, that's good. I'm on my last potato. And then I'm going to start my carrots. Like I said, and this is kind of, excuse me, I got to get a drink. My throat's sore. Can you talk, Frank, for a little bit?
Hey guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow us for more content, share this live, check out our YouTube page, our Instagram page, and keep liking and subscribing to our channel. We got some cool things coming down your way, slowly but surely, and keep an eye out for free giveaways we're going to do in the near future, possibly.
Yeah, I do want to mention something too. We do an annual Christmas in a jar. And what it is we try to pick people that, not that they're poor or anything like that, it's just people struggling to make ends meet, maybe not being able to pay their gas bill or a bill that they need to pay, just overall overwhelmed with finances, hardships. Could be someone that's just found out that they have cancer and they're going through chemo and radiation and all that stuff. what we try to do is we provide something for them by sending them, I call it a Christmas in a jar. It could be a Christmas in a package. And what it is approximately $25, either coupons or things that people gave. Like I've got some companies that gave me cards to go out to eat. Believe it or not, if you're a cancer patient, just a chance to eat out, because the second day of chemo is probably the hardest day that anyone goes through. I don't know why, but the chemo hits hard, and I can tell you for a fact I had to go in after I had my chemo, and just to get a shot to help curb the nausea from the chemo. My chemo was called adriamycin, which that doesn't mean much to anyone unless you take it. But they called it the Red Devil. And I want to tell you something. I know why they called it the Red Devil. It was hard. It was tough. And you had to be strong. You know, it never stopped. And part of the thing that bothered me most is I couldn't get my energy back up the second day. So the second day was always my toughest day. And I would do all I could to keep going. And I actually had to create a wall between my students, because I did go back to teaching. I didn't stay off. I actually went back to teaching, and I taught my students. I had to make a barrier that they couldn't get past, because the oncology doctor said you can't have them close to you. Oh, Frank, I just lost some. Frank. But I just lost. I'm now cutting carrots. Throw that.
What are all the ingredients for your soup?
Okay, what it is I've got potatoes, carrots. I've got peas. I've got green beans. I'm going to have onions. I'm going to have beef broth. I would have put tomatoes in, but I told you before the reason why I don't put the tomatoes in is because my daughter just can't. She can't tolerate it. So I try to make sure she gets, the stuff. But we're going to let this cook down, and then it'll soften the
Do you put any spices?
well, we could. I thought about putting garlic, but sometimes I love garlic, but it may overwhelm people. I heard that garlic's really good for you. It literally, I don't know, it does something that allows you to have, and I thought, well, maybe something that you have to think about, and like I said, it's something that we all have to be health conscious, and a little bit of this might help curb your appetite. If you're hungry, instead of grabbing that special treat that you got out there, grab yourself a bowl of soup.
Do you
And
take this with anything else? Sandwich or
you could do sandwiches, or I would say pretty much anything.
would they be eaten alone?
Yeah, it could be.
How can someone alter this within their diet?
Well, first of all, I'd be always checking your doctors, because if you're diabetic, there's certain veggies that can cause issues, and you want to make sure that you're not eating something that you shouldn't be eating. So check with your nutritionist, check with your dietitian, if you have a dietitian, just to make sure that it's okay. And don't be afraid if you get a bowl and you can't eat it all, so you don't eat it all. You could save it, put it in a container, save it, and then you need it later. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, don't worry if you don't eat it all.
So you got your ingredients of the Amish. What if someone doesn't have Amish?
Then I'd go right to their store. A lot of times they have really nice, fresh, frozen veggies that you can literally buy packages. And it's just as good as what I make, and it's just I have freedom to having an Amish. So it's nice to have because I know I have someone close by.
How long would it last in the fridge once you're done? Or
Now that's questionable because I don't know how long it would last. What I'm going to do is we're going to eat it, and then what we're going to do is try to stick them in processed bowls to be able to save some. You know, so I'm going to wait probably a little bit on those. Hey, I'm Frankie. I'm going to need.
Hi, Steph.
Hi, how are you? Can you give me the zucchini and the hamburger? That can be taken and put in the fridge. Zucchini and hamburger, just get that. I'm going to do 1 onion. I'm not doing 2. I'm going to do 1 onion.
Take a break for a second.
Uh-huh.
And just talk to these guys too. This is your Instagram.
Hi, how are ya? This is Mrs. Share the Hope. I keep getting messed up what I have to say. We've been making homemade Amish stew. This is what it looks like if you see. It's a big pot of stew. And like I said, I'm having fun making it and talking to all of you. And you're learning a little bit about me. I love to cook, and this is one way I get a chance to cook. So this is a very special, and there's no certain recipe. There's nothing that I have to give you for it, other than you want to make sure that you pick out and you wash out your veggies as clean as possible, and you go from there.
Hey guys, appreciate the love you're showing to my mom.
You know, I do too. I appreciate the love you guys are showing me too. And like I said, keep the smiles going. Make sure, you know, like I said, make sure that you spread your happiness to other people. And we're going to try to do more of these so you have an idea that we have other ideas that we want to share with you. You know, like I said, whew, the heat is really getting hot in here. And it's not because the stove's on, it's getting hot.
I love seeing your guys' videos, this person said, Mama.
Well, I appreciate you liking my videos and our videos because I want to tell you, you don't realize, I didn't realize how much work went into doing these videos. These videos are lengthy. And like I said, this one right now, I don't know how many minutes it's on, but like I said, I've been talking to you guys forever. I lost track of time. So, I like to, you know, provide different things for you guys to see. You know, one of these days I want to do something that's like a dessert for you guys to try. And I know the Amish had peaches, but they don't raise peaches around me, but they bring them in, they import them in, and then the guy that brings them in, the Amish buy from them, and then what they do is they
This person made a comment and said, yes, and people are using so mean, but you two are very obviously just having fun, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's for sure. We are having fun. And we don't, you know, we learn a valuable lesson. And I will tell you, there are mean people out there that like to rip you down. And you know what? My son and I and my daughter have come to a conclusion. We're not going to take the meanness. You know, we're gonna go on anyways without it. So if someone's mean or not very nice to us, it's not going to bother us. You know, if you're real mean, we're going to take you off. We're not going to listen to your comments, but I'm going to tell you something. We learned a valuable lesson. You know. Now we're going to put some more, a few odds and ends. We're almost down to what we need to put in because this pan's getting pretty full. So.
Every amazing content creator has the same issue. Don't sweat it.
I know, but you know.
And then another one said, ignore them. They're losers. People hating on family, posting funny content are just miserable.
Yeah, but don't you think it's sad in the world that people have to treat other people that way? Don't you think that's bad? I mean, I don't like haters. I hate haters. I think to myself, if that person would only know what a person goes through. You know why? Like when I was growing up, I was called fat. Oh, and I know I'm a big woman, but like I said, I was always called fat, and it bothered me. It really bothered me so much that I could tell you a story about me on a trampoline in gym class. You have to spot your people that are on the trampoline, and all my classmates saw that I was bouncing and I was supposed to do a flip. All of a sudden, I tried to do a flip, and I got too close to the edge, and my foot went into the open area, and I literally fell over top of the trampoline, and I was dangling with one foot on there, the trampoline, and all my classmates backed up. They wouldn't even help me. And I thought to myself, wow, what do I do? I wasn't hurt, but it was painful. And I thought to myself, wow, you treat me like that. I thought to myself, that's terrible. People like that, that's how bad people are. I wouldn't have tried to hurt them or anything, but like I said, those were things that I couldn't avoid.
So what are you making, Mom?
I'm making homemade Amish stew. And I'm putting in squash. I'm going to do some squash, and I think I'm going to put a little bit of zucchini in.
Don't worry, one time on the trampoline, we were playing crack the egg, and I flew right off.
Oh my gosh, were you okay? Did you get hurt? That's sad. I mean, did someone come to help you? We all like to play games, but like I said, you think your classmates have your back, and they don't always have your back. Not like people think they do.
Said, haha, yes, I was okay.
Oh, good. You proved them all that you were okay. And that's something that you'll always remember. You're the one that succeeded, and you were the one that pulled through it.
Don't worry, I just had a few scratches. Ha-ha. That's what they said.
Well, I'll tell you. I'm proud.
Wait,
I'm proud of you. Okay, I think I'm going to have to.
Okay, anything else you want to say on this slide, Mama, before we get ready to finish our soup?
Let me put the last couple of ingredients on.
Okay, one said, yes, and thank you so much. I love your inspirational words.
You know what? I'm glad you guys were able to get in touch with us and talk to me. Like.
Did you remind them of their godmother? Her name was Eugenia.
Who?
Daft.
Oh, okay. Your godmother was named Eugenia?
Yeah, you remind them of her.
I do.
Hey, you have a great day too, okay?
You have a good day too.
And say good day to this one, Mama.
Good day to you too.
Love you all. We're gonna head out now.
Bada bing! Bada boom! See ya!
I hope that soup is amazing.
Now, I gotta do the hamburger, or am I gonna show them or what?
You keep going.
Okay. Do we want to cook this down first, Frank?
Who gives you all my lotion? Why?
Hey, Frankie, do we want to cut?
Put the hamburger in, Mom.
Yeah, but I gotta put this in first. You interrupted my live. Why'd you do that?
People said bye.
No, they didn't say bye. They're saying
Did? You
They
said
get-
bada bing, bada boom, man.
no. That don't mean I'm done. Well, you think I did okay on that one? Am I still on?
Yeah.
Hi, it's me. I thought I was on. I'm sorry. You know me. Like I said, I forget. I thank you all of you that came in to see me. You know, I appreciate that. I'm adding now the beef broth, which is coming on just to moisten the veggies, and then we're gonna turn this on. I have to put hamburger on, and we're gonna do oh wow, yeah, we're gonna put stuff in. I'm gonna have my son take this and okay, I think two, and then the third one you can use if you need it. This is what I got for beef broth.
Okay, can you put that over there?
See
Mom?
this right here? I got two of these and I got an extra one he's gonna use just in case he needs it. Okay. Okay, now, what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here, a vegetable bag, and we'll put that away. Should I go ahead and make the meatballs in there? Yeah. So is anyone out there and share the hope world? It's me! Yes, it is! Yeah, my little one's going, you're crazy, Mom. Little does she know.
Technically, you could embarrass her right now.
No, we don't want to embarrass her because I don't feel like embarrassing anyone. Okay, I got a hamburger. This came from that meat packaging. What I do is I just take like a pinch of it and I roll it into a bowl. I'm going to need a towel. If that's possible. And what we're doing is I'm going to take this and I'm going to roll a bunch of these in. My oldest is, she's staring at me. She never smiles at me anymore. You ever get kids that never smile at you? You wonder if you do anything right in the world. Woo wee! I was gonna say something, but I better not. I was gonna make a joke, but I better not. No, I was gonna say
What are you making?
Amish stew, homemade Amish stew. Woohoo! You gonna try it? Yeah, it's because of meat I'm putting in, right? My daughter's a vegetarian. Oh, there's people. They're talking.
Her kids, staff kids are 10 and 14.
10 and 14. Oh, I bet that keeps you busy. My kids are just a little bit older. I can't really tell the age because, you know, after a certain time, they don't really want people knowing their ages. So I try to keep it quiet.
Young and beautiful.
Young and beautiful is the best word. You know.
So what are you doing right now?
I'm taking and I'm rolling hamburger into little meatballs. And
What if someone is a vegetarian? Do they
then you keep the meat out. You keep the meat out. This is only, and I'm making it to accommodate my daughter, who isn't allowed to have.
Why can't she have red sauce, Mom?
It causes her. She has issues that can cause her oximeter, her oxygen, to go up. Her heart rate goes up. So what it does, it calms it down so it doesn't, you know, we have to look out for her benefit a little bit. And that's why Mom tries to cook things that she can use. So we might have to put that third thing of juice there. Wait, you have anything to say to him?
Guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, share this live. Keep joining our family adventures. And our goal is we want to build up a thing, and how you guys can help us in our campaign. In our
description on our YouTube page, there's a link where you can actually donate. And actually, all you need to do is just donate to a PayPal link or a Venmo link, and all proceeds are actually going to go to the Share the Hope campaign, which we have goals of wanting to give to people that are struggling with everyday life, everyday struggles. We can even be, like, for example, last year we gave gift cards, food service cards, pillows, blankets, and stuff to a guy that actually lost his foot during the Christmas season. And all you just need to do is go to our YouTube page, go to in the description where there's a bunch of links, and go to a PayPal or Venmo link, and you can actually donate, and all proceeds will go to people that are struggling with everyday life. And what our goal is for this organization that we're creating, we also want to develop a scholarship program, which in honor of my mom that is a former school teacher, she have always wanted to give back to kids in the school system, and this is a way to possibly do that in the near future. And all you just, if you want to be a part of it, you send it over here. And also, we're giving a deal right now. If you sponsor us, $40 to $50, which if you live in the United States, it has to go to 50. If you live close to us, we actually accept 40. But if you're in the United States, we will charge, if you sponsor us $50, we will actually give you a free tote bag in honor of being a part of the Share the Hope campaign. And all you do to get that information, please email sharethehope@gmail.com, SHER the THE hope@gmail.com. That will go directly to our PR person, and then we will set the process up to get you a free tote bag. But you have to sponsor at least a minimum of $50 if you live too far away from us.
Yeah, you have to send your address so we can mail your tote bag to you if you donate to the. Yeah, we're going to put a big thank you, because we really appreciate your help and your support, because it's going to help other people that maybe are not getting.
If you have any questions about it, please email the sharethehope@gmail.com, and our PR person will get in contact with you here shortly.
Yeah, she likes to talk, so that'll help. I'm almost done. I just have to put the last bit of stuff on. What are you looking at?
You.
So how we doing?
Dolce.
Go Bonnie!
Versace.
Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton.
You could tell our mom likes to smile and have fun.
Yeah, you gotta have fun. You can't be sad. We gotta all be fun and happy. You know.
Tell them what your favorite purse is. If you could own any purse, what would be the one you pick?
Probably Vera Bradley.
Okay.
I like flowers. I like things that stick up. You know, some Veras are darker. I don't like the dark ones. I like the bright yellows or greens, so they can actually see me coming. I wanted to color my hair one time. My son played football, and out of unity of the team, everyone got their hair cut into what was that called, Frank? Mohawk. And I wanted to cut my hair to be in unity, and my son said if I cut my hair, he wouldn't step on the field to play football. And it was during playoffs. And
to cover my thing about that, my mom was also battling a cancer, and mom was very close to her hair, and I didn't want her to be sad. I just want to make sure you guys know that. It wasn't because I was saying that. I just know my mom loved her hair, and I didn't want her to just cut her hair because she was going through cancer.
Well, I was thinking about maybe coloring my hair purple.
You did one.
You know.
You remember when you dyed it purple? You were a teacher.
I dyed my hair purple.
You had purple highlights.
That's weird. That's weird, teacher. Who would do that?
You.
My girls got their hair cut the other day. I wanted to put my one daughter's process on it, but I don't know if she'd let me. you know.
Gotta get it.
She even got her eyebrows done. Boy, that's a painful thing.
Say hi to everybody.
Hi, guys. Glad you're still sticking in there to watch me. I hope you're enjoying what we're doing. We're doing homemade Amish stew. And what I'm doing right now is I'm making my meatballs. Set them on top of my pan. Instead of doing it 3/4 full, I've got it all the way full. So it takes a lot. And like I said, this'll last for quite a while.
So if you had to estimate, how long do you think it takes to prep the meal?
I'd say a good hour.
Okay.
Now that means having the green beans cut, and you can actually cut the time down by buying the veggies pre-cut and stuff, and that should be less time.
How long should it take to cook?
That depends. You have to take a fork and stick it in, and when you do that, that should tell you basically.
So before we hang up and we go out.
I
and
wait
cook,
before I show. I just want to show you. This is what we're looking at. This is a pot of homemade Amish stew. These are the meatballs on the top. The veggies are at the bottom. We've got beef broth, which we put on. We're gonna let it cook down. Probably put it on a good 45 to 60 minutes, and let it cook.
Okay.
And then we'll wait to see, and we're going to taste it once it's done, and we'll give you a review as to what it tastes like. Again, like I said, it's a quick meal once you do all your preps, but like I said, you got to try it to see if you like it, and go from there. Do you have any questions? Bada bing, bada boom.